news update for today. To join us at 6 p.m. for the national news, I am Marvelous Shobalu Joy. Daily good afternoon and thanks for listening. Up next is iSports with PELUMI ADEOSUN. Fresh news,
local and foreign,
business,
entertainment,
and sport on I-FLIER 103.3 FM.
This is I-FLIER News.
The first edutainment station in Nigeria. It is your perfect choice station for the high flyers.
Have you ever craved undiluted phenomenal entertainment? Breaking news within and around the world. Music, sports, educative program, and a whole lot more. No other station does it better. Tune in to I-FLIER 103.3 FM.
First edutainment station in Nigeria.
Do you know that more than 30% of all auto accident fatalities in Nigeria today involve drivers impaired by alcohol? These accidents led to over 11,000 deaths in only a year. Most of those deaths could have been avoided if the drivers involved simply hadn't gotten behind the wheel while drunk, among other things. To avoid unnecessary loss of lives while driving, we encourage you all not to drive drunk, speed, avoid distractions, wear your seatbelt, be extra careful in bad weather, don't follow too closely, and keep your vehicle safe and obey traffic laws. From I-FLIER 103.3 FM, we implore you to drive safe.
I-FLIER 103.3 FM, the perfect choice station for the high flyers.
High Sports, your elite sports show on radio.
Liverpool 3-0. Corner taken quickly, Origi! Albert inside. It's Messi! And then Ronaldo! What a goal! Cristiano Ronaldo! Goal for Africa! Here's Hawk! Do not scratch your eyes! City is still alive here. Balotelli, Aguero!
Alright, the time is now, the moment is now. Yes, it is upon also once again, talking about the time for us to celebrate all of the happenings in the world of sports. Good afternoon to everyone under the sound of my voice, wherever you may be listening to the perfect choice station for you out there who are the I-FLIERs. Yes, a time again to take you across the length and breadth of events making the rounds in the world of sport. My name is PELUMI, ADEOSUN, the sport umpire. Well, it is 9 minutes gone past the hour of 3, and from now to ever lucrative, always interesting, ever dynamic, ever controversial world of sport. So good afternoon once again and welcome on board. As usual, I've got the guys with me well seated in the live studio. Yes, talking about the best sporting gang in the land. But before I bring them on board, let me quickly Casablanca, Morocco. Yes, she'll be talking to us about the outing of the Super Falcons so far, and of course what to look forward to in a bid for Mission X. So it's set to be an interesting and exciting one on the show this afternoon. And not to forget, today is Winning Wednesday. I hope you are ready to win an urgent 2K. What you have to do, recharge your lines. When the time is right, I will open the call lines for you to pick your question. You get your question right, you gotta win 2K. It sounds easy as that. So ladies and gentlemen, it's said to be an exciting show this lovely afternoon. So let me bring the guys on board. I've got the sports princess Peace Shobaloju, and I've also got FEAUTURING Makinde joining also on the show lovely afternoon. Let me start from sports princess. Good afternoon, Peace Shobaloju. It's really great to have you join us on the show.
Yeah, it's great to be back on the midweek edition of I-FLIER on I-FLIER 103.3 FM, and just like you said, a whole lot to talk about. The transfer saga continues, a whole lot of movement from players going to different clubs, and of course the showdown today that will start with the Euro 2025, the women's quarterfinals. And I think it will be a game between Norway and Italy that'll be kicking off 8 p.m. Nigerian time as well. So a whole lot to talk about, and then the AFCON 2024 play. I hope we get to talk about the chances of the Super Falcons of Nigeria making it to the next round, semi-finals, which is looking really slim right now. So this and many more we get to talk about on the show. So please make sure you stay tuned and you join the conversation.
Of course, stay tuned and enjoy the conversation. Also joining us is FEAUTURING Makinde. Good afternoon, FEAUTURING. It's really great to have you join us as well.
Yeah, good afternoon, PELUMI. Good afternoon, Sports Princess. Good afternoon to our listeners and viewers out there. It's nice to be here once again. And yeah, like you said, we are going to be focusing on the transfer window a whole lot and a whole lot of moves and it's a possible move and everything. And also, I hope we are able to connect to the media officer of the Super Falcons. But personally, I would love to hear what she has to say, because I think building up to the Nigeria versus Zambia game, I personally feel there is no hope. We should just be packing our bags already. Circumstances we have seen from the girls over this tournament, and we have seen ourselves play easier teams and not be able to break them down and do a whole lot against them. So let's see. It's going to be a very hard one against the Zambian side, but let's see what it's going to be.
Absolutely hard one against the Zambians. But then the best 11 for the group stage have been reviewed, and of course it would interest you to know that 2 Super Falcons players made the cut for that one. We'll talk about that when the time is right. But let's start from the world of tennis, and I will be starting from FEAUTURING. But then before I talk to FEAUTURING concerning the level of table tennis in Nigeria, let me inform you that you can get to watch us live on Facebook on I-FLIER 103.3 FM live. On I-FLIER, support and growing financial challenges that is faced by these players. He also pointed out the long gaps that we are having between, did I say Miss or Mrs.? But then it's really great to have you. You are live. Okay, yes, I can hear you now.
Yeah, hi, good afternoon. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes.
You can call me Mary. Mary's just okay.
Okay, Mary is okay. All right. It is really great to have you join us once again on the show. Despite the short notice, you still made it in time. Well, how is Morocco? How is the atmosphere like in the camp of the Super Falcons right now?
Morocco's great. Morocco's fine. Everyone is just week. Everyone is looking towards the next stage, which is the next game against Zambia, and everyone is just preparing for that one.
Okay, yes. So before we go straight to talk about the game, let's talk about your appointment as the media officer of that particular team. That one happened, I think, last month, and that is like few weeks to the WAFCON. How excited are you concerning your appointment?
Well, an opportunity to serve like this is something that is quite golden. It's uncommon, and I'm just glad to be a part of this team.
Of your time, because we know you definitely Mustafa Cons of Nigeria, and we believe you're in the best position to help us affirm or debunk most of these particular things. Let's start from the issues. There was a certain report that said the Super Falcons, some of the Super Falcons players have been owed their allowances as far back as the
we're just really focused on getting the job done here in Morocco, and conversations about bonuses and stuff we can always get back to when we do get the job done.
Okay, you want to focus on getting the job done. But speaking of getting the job done and talking about the players, they will definitely require motivation, and we understand that. Don't you think this one could affect the psyche of the players?
Well, I'm the one who's been in camp. There is no conversation about stuff like that. We're just really focused on what's before us, which is the quarterfinal games against Zambia.
Okay, you want to talk about the quarterfinal game against Zambia. Let's get straight into that one. Well, the group stage done and dusted. The Super Falcons are still unbeaten. So, man, this is like the first time in a long while that they would get out of the group stage without conceding a goal. So that is the one that certain is the performance of the team in the group stage, which has not really been convincing. Not doing really well in the group stage, not being convincing in the group stage. And what are the steps? What is the team doing differently ahead of the Zambia game?
Talking about what has been done well or not, I think the coach of the team would be in the best position to actually give you much more in-depth, on all of those. But one thing is sure, we do understand that there's still so much work to be done, and that work will be done, trainings, making sure that everything we do is towards getting the best results possible against Zambia.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much, Mary Kishola. I think the team, they're going to have another training session this evening.
Yes, they will.
Okay, so what is the update concerning some of the players? There are no injury concerns for some of the players? We know the coach might be in the best position to do this, but then we are speaking to you right now. You are in a position to also help us as newsmen and as Nigerians listening to you. Do we have the full complement of all of the players for Zambia's game on Friday?
Well, for conversations about the welfare of the players, I can definitely give you that one. Players are fine. Everyone is great, physically, mentally, emotionally. They're just great, ready to just go, get the job done.
Okay, finally, before I let you go, Mary Akinshola, it's 11 days since the competition started, and this was Nigeria. I think, as I'm talking to you right now, I don't think the training kits of the Super Falcons have been delivered. We are hearing reports about a delay from the Moroccan.
Just as we've said previously, the kids currently with the customs service in Morocco, but that's the Nigerian Federation, the Moroccan Federation, the customs, everyone is just working together right now through diplomatic channels to get them out.
So you are confident that it's going to be released before the Zambia game?
Sadly, I'm not in a position to say that.
So, well, okay, we'll wait to see how that one. Although, according to report, that has been clarified that the Football Federation in Nigeria are not at fault for this, and they actually tried their best to make sure that the team get it as soon as possible. But then, do you think Mission X is definitely achievable right now? Seeing the quality, I think we have lost. We'll still try and connect with right there. Talking about the media officer of the Super Falcons of Nigeria, Mary Akinshola. We have been talking to her for the past 10 minutes or thereabout. Well, while we still try to connect with we should probably delve into that one. Sports Princess, let me talk to you. You are the lady here. The media officer was she was answering our questions really brief and precise. She didn't really want to go into details of some of these things. I spoke about the unpaid bonuses and allowances of the Super Falcons of Nigeria, and she was actually quick to shove that one, saying the team want to focus on what is currently happening in Morocco, and after the competition then they can talk about all of that. And the kit issue as well, don't you think all of this could play a big role, could play a vital role in the performance of the girls, not only on Friday but then in the competition as a whole?
Well, this is the first time I've been hearing about the kit issue. Honestly, I didn't know anything.
It has been around since the competition started.
Well, is it the training kit or the normal?
The training kit.
The training kit. So what are they been using to train?
You see, most of their training, most of their clips that you would see, most of them are training with their own. Although the normal Nigerian kids, but then it is the one that they've had before. So it is sure that they've been washing and rewashing all of these kits that they've been using. Again, there's a particular kit sponsor for Nigerian team, both the Super Eagles and the Super Falcons. So build up to every competition, they are supposed to send kits for the Super Falcons or for the Super Eagles to use. But right now, we understand that the kits for the Super Falcons are currently with the Moroccan customs. It is currently being delayed right there. So that is to provide updates on that one.
Well, I would like you to clarify some things from. Is it that the kit got seized at the airport, or like they didn't really travel with the kit from the start? Because that is where we will now know whose fault it is. Because I feel like these things are things that they travel with all of these materials, and then of course they get screened at the airport, and then it's always
they do say the sponsors, they are not based in Nigeria, so they send it to where they are. Like, so the team did not travel with the kit, and they've been expecting it right there since they got to Morocco. So it's not as if they got to Nigeria and
so the issue is with Morocco now, not Nigeria for once.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I think that's something. It's a really sensitive topic because we can't really say much because we're not down there. We're not in Morocco to actually know what is happening, and there must be a reason why the customs services, maybe they had or they got a tip of something going on behind the scenes that we don't really know.
Yeah, but probably all this bureaucratic process and all of that.
Oh, I don't know if it's like a dirty, like a mind game or something, but I don't think that's a weird tactic if you want to use that against Super Falcons, because restricting or not ordering their jerseys or their training jerseys is actually not something that you will know. That's so random, honestly, and you expect the host country to be more should I say less strict when it comes to giving, because as the host country they are expected to receive a whole lot of packages from different countries pertaining the competition that are currently hosting. So I would think that so that's why I said earlier that it's probably because they've heard something somewhere and they're just trying to be careful, and they've had 11 days already, so they should be releasing unless there's something that bigger than
that we don't know,
that's actually not something that that's maybe really controversial, that's not supposed to be said on air and all of those things. So I think unless there's something big, I don't think they should be taking that much time to actually release those kits out, because they know how important it is to the Super Falcons and the nations
of Nigeria. We'll still come back to the Haruna Kodri and table tennis situation, but this one as it ought right now. Let's talk about the game. Let's leave the rhetoric. Let's talk about the game against Zambia itself. According to the media officer, she confirmed to us that Justin Maduga have the full complement of the girls in training right now. No injuries, no illness, and that is something that is really laudable. What should be the approach of Justin Madugu going into that game? Know how important this is. The last time we faced Zambia should Justin Madugu be doing differently in this particular team? Also knowing that qualification for World Cup 2027 is at stake at this particular point in time.
Yeah, I think one thing Justin Madugu should actually do, if you have clearly watched a whole lot of their games, you clearly see they are trying to beat up with Ashley Plumtree. They keep on taking the ball to her side. I think Alozie should also be involved in the build up in some of the attack, because most of the games, if you take the Plumtree, she has to cross. And I feel that's also one of the things that's also affecting the way we are attacking in this competition, because I feel once the team know that, okay, they are going to go down the left, carry the ball forward. No, she's probably the most technical player in the Nigerian side, especially also the performance. So I feel she has to be, Alozie also has to be more involved. I know there's been a lot of talk that she's been very poor in this competition, but I feel she hasn't been involved as much as she should. Against Tunisia, we created a whole lot of chances. Yes,
I think we had about 23 shots.
Exactly. But now the issue is now who's going to be finishing those chances. Personally, I feel Assistant Oshoala shouldn't be starting that particular game, because I feel she does not have a whole lot.
Who do you think Justin Madugu should trust up front?
Yeah, I feel I forgot her name. Because I feel that her goal against Botswana shows that she has a goal sense idea, because balls will surely drop in the box. Balls will clearly drop. So I feel she should start as the main number 9. And Babajide and Tony Payne should also be coming to the team. So yes, I feel that's the best way to actually walk through this team, because I feel if we say, okay, we are going to say we are the most talented team, or we are one of the big teams because we have won 9, and that's okay, we are just going to go there
basking old glory.
I feel we are going to be flogged. Personally, I still don't know how it's going to happen, because you can say, okay, we switch the ball, we start a particular player, but I just feel when it comes to finishing those chances, I feel we don't just have enough firepower to actually go up against Zambia. But one thing that when the luck will come your way, the goalkeeper could be very, very good. We know we have one of the best goalkeepers on the African continent.
Absolutely.
In our position, could save those chances the Zambians are creating, and we can go have one chance and score and then lock shop. Because for now we haven't yet considered the tournament. Although I feel that is sort of it's deceptive, because if you look at the teams you have played against, you don't expect Nigeria to be actually considered against those set of teams. Because in Botswana, it's Tunisia and Algeria, all respect to them, they shouldn't be actually giving Nigeria any issue. So yes, we haven't considered, but it shows that we can score. My main thing, I want to see, will Nigeria score the first goal against Zambia? I feel that is what is going to determine who is going to win again.
Okay, well, just like you said, Ashley Plumtree has been instrumental for the Super Falcons of Nigeria, and that wonderful performance has earned her a place in the group stage best 11. Let's quickly go through that one. Man in the post, we've got Chloe Ngasi of Algeria. Yes, she kept 3 clean sheets across all 3 games played in the group stage. And of course, in the left back position is Ashley Plumtree of the Super Falcons of Nigeria. We've got the centre back pairing of Lushomo Webina from Zambia and Bambanani Mbani of the Bayana of South Africa. And the right back role is Fikili Magana of the Bayana as well. The 3 midfielders, Refilo Jani of South Africa, Ghislaine Shabak, the current top scorer of the competition from Morocco, and the captain of the Super Falcons of Nigeria, Rashidat Ajibade. Up front, we've got Ngwena Ndiaye, and of course, the duo of Barbara Banda and Rachel Kundanaji from Zambia. Well, 2 Zambian attackers making the group stage best 11. Maybe one thing that the Super Falcons defender needs to worry about going into that game on Friday, 5 p.m. Nigerian time. Yes, we are still trying to connect with the Super Falcons of the media officer. We've been in talks for the past few minutes, but then I think the network giving us some issues right there. But let's go straight to talk about another thing. For me, let's come back to the world of table tennis. Let's talk about how difficult it is for us to find a replacement for aging tennis stars that we've got in the country right now. Like I told you, Aruna Kodri is over 40, and almost every competition, every table tennis competition, you still see him at the forefront of representing Nigeria.
Yeah, personally, I think there's a whole lot of, let's say, grassroots talent in Nigeria, especially in table tennis, because you go to a whole lot of secondary schools, you go to a whole lot of places, you see people just stacking up chairs and tables and planks to play table tennis, and you watch their game and you see they actually know what they're actually doing. So it's very interesting that we haven't still found someone to replace Aruna Kodri. And like I was saying, it is one of the issues I personally feel is investment is not made in that particular place. And one of the things I go consistently say that if you want to actually see improvements over time, you should actually be investing in the grassroots, and that is the best place to look for quality talents who are actually hungry and who are actually willing to give their all to actually, in quotes, make it out of the trenches. That is the best way for you to actually move for the game of table tennis in Nigeria. Since when I was in GS1, GS2, I've been hearing of Aruna Quadri. And to imagine he's still playing table tennis till now. So it's a very, very interesting one. I still don't know how Nigeria is going to do, but I feel the best way of getting raw talent, because I feel there's a whole lot of raw talent in table tennis, and I feel our attention too should also be shifted a little bit from football. We see, we are, for sure, right now we are doing I would say we are doing 60% well in football. Okay, yes, you can shift some attention to basketball, table tennis. Other sports are dying in Nigeria. So I feel we should go to the grassroots and also be investing much money into these grassroots to actually bring younger boys and girls.
Of course, investing really well in grassroots table tennis. Not only football, yes, we are seeing some investments in grassroots football, but we also need to do a lot when it comes to investing in other sports as well. Well, that is what Aruna Quadri also said. Yes, buttressing the point that we need support from the government, both the federal and state government, and of course the local government as well, saying they should fund tennis more, they should train players, they should organize a lot of table tennis tournaments to be able to discover and nurture talent right there. So let's leave the world of table tennis. Let's go straight into the world of football. This time around, let's talk about the situation of Super Eagles players. Yes, Ademola Lookman is in the news. Victor Osimhen is also in the news. Once again, you can watch us on Facebook on I-FLIER 103.3 FM live on Facebook. Yes, I can see the call lines blinking already, but then I don't think we can take any calls for now. Yes, let me start from you concerning Victor Osimhen's transfer situation to Galatasaray. Galatasaray, they started making a final push for Osimhen yesterday, and we understand that they are heavily frustrated by Napoli, but then they have decided to make a new offer. Yes, the discrepancies happening between Napoli and Galatasaray now is the payment structure. The 75 million have been agreed, but then Napoli want more of it in the first installment, but Galatasaray want to pay more in the second installment. And one other interesting situation is Napoli want to insert a sell-on clause in Victor Osimhen's contract situation. Victor Osimhen will be 27. He has just 1 year left on his Napoli contract, and Napoli want to insert a sell-on clause on this certain player's contract. Is this not a case of Napoli asking for too much?
Yeah, personally I feel it's Napoli asking for too much, because if they are clearly want to let go of a certain Victor Osimhen, they shouldn't be making it this hard, because I feel he has already been thrown out of the team by Antonio Conte and De Laurentiis, the manager and the owner of the club and everything. So why not just make it easy for him to go to Galatasaray? Although I could get their idea of that, okay, maybe we probably feel he's going to be playing in Turkey for a year, or 2 years at most, and probably they are going to be selling him, frozen him out. Just allow him move on. And I still, the payment structure is a very interesting thing, because you can say, okay, the main thing is that what do Napoli want to do with that money exactly right now? Because you clearly don't want the player in your team again, and the team is clearly saying, okay, you're going to pay this money, but then 40 million will be paid down now, and then we'll not spread it over the next few 2-3 years. That is very simple. And you also see your sell-on clause too. So in case Napoli Galatasaray are able to sell him for let's say 60-70 million in the next 1 or 2 years, you're also going to get a percentage of that. So I feel it's a very good deal for them, and they're just trying to make things very hard. And I feel this saga is going to drag towards the end of the transfer window. I feel it's going to be a very funny one again, just like him moving to Galatasaray
last summer.
Yes, on loan again. I feel it's going to be that sort of deal. But this time not going to be on loan. It's going to actually be a permanent transfer, because it's going to keep on dragging and dragging and dragging. So I feel De Laurentiis is a very hard businessman to bargain with. He's going to say, okay, we are going to do this today. Tomorrow will come again with another thing. So I feel it's going to be a very interesting one. But yes, I think it's going to drag on, but it's eventually going to get the move to Galatasaray.
Okay, Sports Princess, let me talk to you from where FEAUTURING ended it, saying that he thinks this is going to drag for a long time. And now, is Napoli not playing a dangerous game? Victor Osimhen has just 1 year left on his contract. And if all of these...
According not Napoli anymore too. So why are you like trying to like frustrate? And it's not like, I don't know if they had like maybe if when we were at Napoli, when they bought him from is it Lille or something?
Yes.
Yeah, from Lille. So maybe there was like another sell-on clause there. So maybe that is why they're also trying to, as much as possible, to get like a return too. So when they sell him, because maybe Lille too also has a return or a sell-on clause in the deal. So maybe that is why they're trying as much as possible to get something tangible out of the deal as well. But just like I said, I don't think Victor Osimhen can afford to stay a whole year without playing football. Not just his physical health, his mentality as well, because there's no guarantee that it's going to return back to the form that he had, almost immediately after waiting for 1 year, not just warming the bench. So for me, I don't think that's a good idea. And overall, I think it's going to get resolved, but it's just going to like drag on, maybe the final days of the transfer window, honestly.
Okay, well, that one will be interesting to see. Just like the sports princess said, you talk about Aurelio De Laurentiis, you talk about Varandas of Sporting Lisbon, talk about Daniel Levy of Tottenham, and of course, I think the Lazio president as well. These are club owners, these are club chairmen or presidents that will definitely
frustrate you.
All your efforts, they will frustrate everything to get a whole lot of money, to get every penny when it comes to the world of transfers. But then we'll wait to see how this one would happen. Agreed a long time ago. What is left now is club-to-club agreement between Napoli and Galatasaray. Let me still stick with you, Sports Princess, talking about another Nigerian international, Ademola Lookman. A lot of people would have expected him to leave Atalanta immediately the transfer window open, especially after what happened mid-season between himself and Gasperini. But now Gasperini is no longer in the team, and when it's looking like Ademola Lookman might just be considering staying in this team again, we got report that Atletico Madrid, they remain keen on bringing in an international.
Honestly, I'm a bit surprised. Honestly, I don't really know. I was actually expecting a whole lot of offers for him, because I think he had a phenomenal season last season. He had injuries, but still he was actually instrumental, in the way Atalanta kind of challenged for the title, although they kind of fell off at the end. But it was really interesting to see and how important and how integral he was for Atalanta. And then when Gasperini left to join, I can't remember who he joined. Roma, to join Roma, and I think he was trying to grow that. The rumor was trying to grow. Maybe he was going to stay back at Atalanta, but now it's obviously clear that he's going to move. But I think the switch from Serie A to La Liga is actually interesting, and maybe of course Atletico Madrid as well, they need to add a little bit to it. It's not really bad, but I think if I was Ademola Lookman, I'll probably just wait it out and see if I'll get more offers from other clubs. Even in the Premier League, I don't know why there are a lot of clubs that actually need wingers, attackers in the Premier. Arsenal, for example, I think instead of going for certain Rodrigo, maybe the age factor. I think the fact that he's old now, I think it's like 29, 28 or something. So maybe that is why he's not really seeing a whole lot of offers like that, because the Premier League needs young physical players that can run and all of those things, and as well. So I think it would really be interesting. But if I was Ademola Lookman, I'll probably wait it out a little bit to see if I will see better offers, because I don't expect from Atletico Madrid next season. I think they'll probably play third fiddle to Barcelona and Real Madrid all over again. So there's really nothing to
offers, especially from the English Premier League. Don't you think Ademola Lookman is probably thinking he might not cut it in the English Premier League again? He has had stints with Leicester City, with Fulham, and with Everton, and it didn't really end well. But he all of a sudden found his feet at Atalanta. He might be thinking he might not cope with the intensity of the English Premier League. Do you think that might be one of the things Ademola Lookman's agents are considering?
No, I don't think that should be actually be in their mind, because we have seen Ademola Lookman, he has grown in a player he was from the Fulham time, the Everton time. So yes, I feel, and for Everton, he had a short stint that he was actually very impressive. So why not just move back to the Premier League if that is what he wants? But I feel that Atletico Madrid move is very interesting. They're very, very interesting one. Atletico Madrid have been very, very, very impressive in the transfer window, if you ask me. They brought in Baena, they've brought in Thiago Almada. They've brought in a left back from Atlanta, Ruggeri, and also going for Ademola Lookman. So that is a really, really interesting. I feel if you look at the project that Atletico Madrid are sort of building right now, I feel it's a very interesting one, and that could have been what is drawing him to that type of move. Because I feel Atletico Madrid in next few seasons they will probably letting go of certain Antoine Griezmann. And although personally I feel if he comes to Atletico Madrid, he's not going to play as a winger. going to play as a wing back because Lino who also
Lukman as a wing back.
Yes, because Lino who was a winger from his normal days from Valencia. He came into the Atletico Madrid side, and what's his name? And what's the name of this manager? Simeone. Came into a left wing back who plays mostly high up the field. So I don't know how that's going to work, but I don't know if the move is better for him. But I think him going back to the Premier League will be sort of a redemption for him, and I feel 6-7 years have passed on, and I feel he's much better. He's one of the players that you could say what I usually say that development is not linear. You don't expect a 21-year-old to be better when he's 22. He does not just always go straight like that. Sometimes you can be a late bloomer. You can bloom in your mid-20s, in your late 30s with Jamie Vardy and also. Yes, I feel it's a good move. Either way he moves, but the Atletico Madrid move, I feel is a very interesting one if you ask me.
Okay, still talking about the world of transfers. Before we go take some calls for the question and answer segment, it would be unfair if we don't talk about Manchester United, although they are not giving us a lot of reasons to talk about them. But then, even a certain Arsenal that a lot of people were dragging at the start of the transfer window that they were not doing anything or probably not doing it right, they seem to be active in the past few days. But there's a certain Manchester United who finished 15th in the Premier League last season. You would expect them to get straight into the transfer market and bring in this, bring in that, but only Matthias Cunha have been confirmed by Manchester United so far. What is the Manchester United board thinking? Why are they taking their time to bring in players to this squad?
Yeah, probably if you Manchester United fans felt losing the Europa League final was a blessing in disguise, but I feel it is clearly showing that it was not a blessing in disguise, because we have seen the team who won the Europa League final, Tottenham Hotspur, go in and spend a whole lot of money on bringing in quality to actually help them compete. And for sure, no matter how you try to print it, European football will always be lucrative to any player who is coming from a much smaller team to a much bigger team. So maybe we are going to look at the European football.
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay, you've been credited.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
You want to win again, Sulaiman?
I want to win again, yeah.
Okay, Sulaiman, quickly, you know the rules, you know the drill. Pick a number.
MX Liga, Liga MX. MX Liga, Liga MX, yeah.
You be like Argentina. Guy, you know get you know get up. Thank you. Maybe you should try again. William Pacho is from Ecuador. Hello. Hello. Good afternoon.
It's Shuaib from Amuloko.
Shuaib from Amuloko.
Yes, sir.
All right. Pick your number quickly.
Number 3.
Hello.
Number 3.
Number 3.
Yes.
I'm struggling to hear you. Let's see. Let's take another call. Hello. Put him with no Alexander Isak. Don't you think there could be some sort of distraction by dragging the spotlight with Mohamed Salah, who seems to be the biggest?
I think for Mo Salah, I think of course he's not going to be as prolific as he used to be, or he might, but I don't. The previous years where they entered the Champions again, they struggled in the league. So the plan was to sign João Pedro. Then João Pedro went to Chelsea. Then they are going for Ekitike now. But now that Liverpool are kind of should I say threatening them that if they don't sell Isak, they're going to go for Ekitike. I think they've already lined up other strikers, and the other one, according to reports I've been seeing now, is that they're probably going for Oli Watkins as well. So I think it's going to be really interesting, but I don't think it's going to happen eventually.
Okay, let's see. We've got here again. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Hello. Good afternoon.
My name is Aliamin
from Ile-Tuntun. Okay, pick your number quickly. Number 8. Number 8 says, who is the coach of the Bayana of South Africa?
What is it?
The coach of the Bayana of South Africa.
The coach?
Yes.
The name of the coach?
You heard me, please. Let's take this call. Hello? Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Is Shuaib calling back?
Okay, Shuaib calling back. Yes, pick your number quickly. You're going to be our last call for in Italy.
Bruno Fernandes?
Yes, Bruno Fernandes of Manchester United. She a new club for Italy. Okay, well, he certainly does not know that one. We've got to go on the show this afternoon. Well, nobody is ready to win our urgent 2K. Next week is going to be another time to be a part of the show. Thank you. Special appreciations to everyone that called in and made an effort. Yes, Feromi, your partnership for training, and she tendered an apology saying that we could fix some other time to complete all of the very best in Morocco. Thank you, Sunday Bamidele. Thank you, my producer Ademola Olamilekon. My name is PELUMI ADEOSUN. I'm wishing you a wonderful rest of the day.
I-FLIER 103.3 FM, the perfect choice station for the high flyers.
Discover a new horizon. Reach for the sky. Soar to new height with I-FLIER 103.3 FM. The perfect choice station for the high flyers.
Have you ever craved undiluted, phenomenal entertainment? Breaking news within and around the world. Music, sports, educative program, and a whole lot more. No other station does it better. Tune in to I-FLIER 103.3 FM.
The first entertainment station in Nigeria.
I-FLIER 103.3 I-FLIER 103.3 FM Ògúngbadé la fìkàlẹ̀ sí Tiwa lẹ́tọ̀ àṣà àti àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tó nítumọ̀ ẹ máa gbọ́ wa ní gbogbo ìgbà kétékété làwọn èèyàn gbọ́ wa káàkiri orílẹ̀-èdè àgbáyé ẹ máa bá wa ká lọ nínú àwọn ọ̀tun ètò àrà ọ̀tọ̀ ètò eléyìí tá à ń gbé jáde erin lákàtàbù rédíò tá a kalẹ̀ sílùú Ìbàdàn I-FLIER 103.3 FM ìkànnì aláṣẹlà ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ má ṣàláì gbọ́ wa.
I-FLIER FM rèé o ìkànnì tó rinlẹ̀ dòdò 103.3 FM lẹ́ ń gbọ́ o látòwúrọ̀ dalẹ́ má yí kúrò níbẹ̀ má yí kúrò Ògúngbadé nílùú Ìbàdàn ló wà o àkàlẹ̀ sí ohun Èdùmàrè ló dirí ẹwà fàkùkọ ètò lóríṣiríṣi ìròyìn àsìkò ń kọ́ àwa náà kọ́ Elédùmarè ló fún wa ṣe Ọlọ́run ní ìkànnì aláṣẹ lálẹ́ yìí o báwa dòwò pọ̀ kó rere tó pọ̀ jaburata 103.3 FM ní kẹ́mà ìkànnì tó jáwó I-FLIER FM lè yí o ó kílẹ̀ gbígbí. Iná jíjó ló mú ní mọ́ gbó ẹ̀kẹ́ àròdá òjò ló mú ní mọ́ bí ẹ̀kan wà o gbépo lówó ọjà rẹ̀ wá sí kànnì aláṣẹ là o igi tẹ́lẹ̀gbẹ̀dẹ̀ bá fọwọ́ bàdí dún ló ń dún I-FLIER ìkànnì aláṣẹ là lè yí o ìkànnì tó jáwó báwa dòwò pọ̀ kó rere tó pọ̀ jaburata 103.3 FM ní kẹ́mà gbọ́ I-FLIER FM lè yí o ó kílẹ̀ gbígbí.
Pẹ̀lú àṣẹ orílẹ̀-èdè wa Nàìjíríà Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu